Hi, this is Jacksonville broadcaster Scott Kornberg. It's time to take a listen back to the week that was in the Miami Marlins organization with AAA Jacksonville, AA Pensacola, High A Beloit, and Low A Jupiter. For Jacksonville, they've spent the week in the Queen City in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there have been several standout performers. Kemp Alderman has come up from AA. He has smashed 5 AAA home runs in his first 7 games. Mack has had a huge week, 3 homers, 3 runners caught stealing, but the biggest highlight of them all came from Robby Snelling in Game 1 of Wednesday's doubleheader. Snelling struck out a career-high 13 batters, including the final 5 batters he faced for strikeouts. He's ready. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball. A complete game. A career-high 13 strikeouts for Robby Snelling. It was the most strikeouts for a Jacksonville pitcher since George Guzman recorded 13 on August 9th, 2019 against Mississippi. And Snelling, a complete game, Jacksonville's first since Devin Smeltzer's no-hitter on September 1st, 2023 in Game 2 of a doubleheader against Charlotte. Snelling has been absolutely phenomenal. In his last 7 starts, he has a 1.24 ERA, 62 strikeouts, 9 walks, in 43 2/3 innings. Heading into Sunday's series finale, Jacksonville has already claimed the series victory, winning 4 of the first 6 games. That snaps a 3-set winless drought for the Jumbo Shrimp, and Jacksonville an 81-56 record, 81 wins, tied for the most in AAA. It is the club's most since 2014. They still have 13 games to go in the regular year.
Hey everybody, this is Pensacola Blue Wahoos broadcaster Eric Bramer reporting from Biloxi, Mississippi with an update on the Miami Marlins AA affiliate with just about 1 week remaining in the Southern League season. The Blue Wahoos' playoff hopes are fading fast. Their elimination number is down to 1 as they've dropped 3 of their first 5 this week against the Biloxi Shuckers and watching from afar as the Montgomery Biscuits continue to play really good baseball. A more realistic goal for the Wahoos would be to finish at or above 500. They need to go 4-3 from here on out to finish at 500, 5-2 to finish above 500, something they've done every year across 3 different affiliations since 2016. Among the highlights this week, Dub Gleed reached base in his first 7 at-bats of the series between Monday and Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday, we saw some pretty dominant pitching. Yes, the Wahoos have lost a lot of their pitching talent to AAA and beyond, but we still got some pretty good pitchers here. On Thursday, a combined 1-hit shutout courtesy of Jake Brooks, Gabe Bierman, and Nigel Belgrave in a 2-0 Wahoos win. And then on Friday, Will Schomberg flirted with perfection in just his second career AA start. Schomberg took a perfect game through 6 2/3. He ended with a career-high 7 innings of scoreless 1-hit ball while tying a career high with 10 strikeouts.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball got him. 10 strikeouts for Will Schomberg. He takes a perfect game into the 7th inning. He walks off the mound with a 5-0 Blue Wahoos lead.
The Wahoos held the Biloxi Shuckers off the scoreboard for 21 consecutive innings from late Wednesday until early Saturday, and at one point the Wahoos had retired an incredible 34 consecutive Biloxi batters. That is, of course, more than a perfect game's worth. The series finale and the final road game of the season for the Blue Wahoos is tonight at 5 o'clock Central here in Biloxi, and then the Wahoos end their season at home Tuesday through Sunday, welcoming in the Columbus Clingstones to Blue Wahoo Stadium. Until next week, this has been Eric Bramer with your Wahoos Update.
Hi, this is broadcaster Adam Glover, and this is your weekly update on the playoff-bound Beloit Skycarp. That is right, Beloit pulled it off, their first playoff berth since 2018. They secured a postseason berth on Friday and a 4-1 victory over the Peoria Chiefs. What a great second half for Beloit. It was a bit of a tough end to the first half, and they really rallied here in the second half. They were, for the last week and a half or so, that magic number was in the single digits, and they won 3 of their first 4 games against Peoria. And that final game on Friday, again, 4-1 victory, some really good starting pitching, a couple of late runs in the 8th inning as well. And they pulled it off, and they have a date with Cedar Rapids. And this is how the final out sounded on Friday.
And here it is. Swinging a high fly ball into right center field. Jacob Jenkins Cowart going after it. He makes the catch! And the Skycarp, for the first time ever in ABC Supply Stadium, are headed to the playoffs.
Beloit wins the second half, and they have a date with Cedar Rapids starting September 9th. It is a home game, 6:05 p.m. Central, Division Series Game 1. But because Cedar Rapids won the first half, they have home field advantage. So after Game 1, a day off on Wednesday, September 10th, and then Beloit will be on the road Thursday, September 11th for a 6:35 p.m. first pitch Central. And if necessary, Game 3 of that series will be on the 12th on the road as well. So pulling for Beloit, they got one more against Peoria. No game in baseball is meaningless, but you have to figure that team is ready to roll starting September 9th. I'm Adam Glover, and this has been your weekly update on the Beloit Skycar.
With the Jupiter Hammerheads, I'm Brennan Erlinson.
And I'm Ian Binky.
With the Jupiter Hammerheads missing the playoffs for the second straight year, Jupiter will wrap up their season on Sunday, tomorrow, at Lakeland, as we look to highlight some of the top storylines for the Sharks this past year.
17-year-old prospect Andrew Salas jumped right into full season baseball with Jupiter this season as the youngest player in single-A ball. Salas started his pro career on a 24-game on-base streak and played 6 different positions in the field. Salas got to check off many firsts as a pro, and we'll have to wait until tomorrow to see if he can cross 40 stolen bases on the year.
Meanwhile, 19-year-old Venezuelan outfielder Andres Valor took part in his first season at the single-A level. He eclipsed 45 steals and will finish with the most steals by a Hammerhead since Jeffrey Perez set the franchise record with 71 back in 2015. Over the month of August, Valor put everything together and showed off his 5-tool profile and will finish as the team leader in home runs, stolen bases, and outfield assists.
2024 draft picks PJ Morlando and Carter Johnson each had tougher seasons. For Morlando, he began the season on the injured list and went on the IL 3 times this season with 3 separate injuries. For Johnson, in his first full year with Jupiter, his batting average was below 200 for most of the season and finished with 20 errors. Both will enter their age 20 season next year as they look to bounce back in 2026.
But alongside Valor, left-handed starting pitchers DeMavi Teneo and Julio Mendez were the only 3 Hammerheads to take home weekly awards in the Florida State League, as Mendez also won FSL Pitcher of the Month in August. He was absolutely dominating through 5 starts. Congratulations to our fellow affiliates in Jacksonville and Beloit. Good luck in the playoffs. We will be watching from Jupiter. For the Jupiter Hammerheads,
I'm Ian Binky.
and I'm Brennan Erlinson. Thank you for tuning in all season long. 2026 can't come soon enough.
Thanks to Eric Bramer, Adam Glover, and for the final time this year with Low A Jupiter, Brennan Erlinson, and Ian Binky. I'm Scott Kornberg. This has been the Miami Marlins Minor League Report.